Netflix has made a deal with Warner Bros. To purchase the company for $82 billion. If this goes ahead, it will be catastrophic for the film industry. Everyone online has been quick to denounce the merger, but trust me when I say it is much worse than you think. First and most obviously, the theatrical experience is dead. Netflix has been trying to kill the theatrical experience for years, taking advantage of cinemas being shut during COVID to force people to sit on their couch at home and watch movies instead that way. The thing is, this trend has not continued since COVID. Yes, box office has been in decline for years, but people under 30 are going to the cinemas more than ever. They're actually the ones pushing the box office numbers back up, through the likes of events like Barbenheimer and other movies that people want to see. Netflix making this merger is so bad because they almost never release their films in the cinema. If they do, it will be for like a tiny little 2-week period at just only a few independent cinemas, and then go straight to streaming. This is intentional because they want you to watch the film on your couch at home. Pay for a Netflix subscription and watch it that way. Don't go to the theater and watch it in a communal environment with everyone else. No. Purchase Netflix. I was lucky enough to watch the new Frankenstein and Knives Out in the cinema, but most people didn't get this opportunity. Netflix recently had a shareholder meeting to discuss the merger, and I quote co-CEO Ted Sarandos. "It's not like we have this opposition to movies into theaters. My pushback has mostly been in the fact of the long exclusive windows, which we don't really think are that consumer friendly. Mate, short theatrical windows is why box office numbers have been in decline. If people can just watch the movie on their couch at home in 6 weeks, why would they bother even going to see it in a cinema? The Dune movies are part of Warner Bros., so imagine having to watch the next one on your couch at home. Like, that is a scary thought to have." I did make a video on how Netflix are killing the theatrical experience a couple months back, so definitely give that a watch if you haven't. So Netflix are killing cinemas, we already know that, but that's not the only reason why this merger is so catastrophic. That brings me to my second point. Physical media is dead. Streaming services like Netflix almost never do DVD releases for their movies, which is such an insult to film preservation. Just as an example, Martin Scorsese released Killers of the Flower Moon 2 years ago, which is an absolutely phenomenal film. The problem is this went straight to streaming because it was financed by Apple. To this day, the film still doesn't have a DVD release. The Knives Out movies on Netflix also to this day still don't have a DVD release. If these two companies wanted to, they could literally delete the films off their platforms tomorrow and off their servers, and you would never be able to watch them again through legal means. I don't think I need to go into depth on why this is scary. This merger between Netflix and Warner Bros. Isn't actually the only one to happen in the film industry. Just earlier this year, Skydance and Paramount finalized an agreement to merge. In fact, Warner Bros. Themselves actually merged with Discovery a couple years back. These giant companies swallowing each other up have massive antitrust concerns. If this trend continues, we are going to get a serious oligopoly in the film industry. Independent studios will struggle to get their films out there as big studios will just gobble them up even further and continue to push out only blockbuster films. Straight to streaming, by the way. You might not think it on the surface, but these mergers actually are a big threat to democracy as well. Having a couple of billionaires and large companies owning 90% of what people watch is extremely concerning from an ideological standpoint. Let's say you just released your first film at Sundance and some big giant studio like Warner Bros., soon to be Netflix, decide, hey, we're going to give you a contract and give you $10 million to make your own film. Go for it. Obviously, you're going to take that deal. The problem is, big studios have so much sway when it comes to forming these contracts that they're often the ones who get to make decisions on the final cut of the film. Did you have certain themes and ideas you wanted to communicate to your audience? Well, those can be changed last minute. Too bad. One of the last points I want to bring up as well with this merger is the films themselves will change. Netflix are a lot like Macca's or McDonald's if you live outside of Australia. It's not a high quality meal, but it's cheap and you're going to get the exact same thing every time. If you purchase a cheeseburger, you're getting a cheeseburger. It's going to taste exactly the same as the 100 other cheeseburgers you've had from Macca's before. This is why so many Netflix movies look the same with that flat look and have simplistic themes that are easy to understand. When you watch a Netflix film, it's a Netflix film. It's not the director's film, but Netflix's. By now, you get the point. This merger is apocalyptic for the film industry. Netflix does not view film as an art form, but as a product to be consumed. Notice the language that Ted Sarandos uses to his shareholders and investors. It's all about the consumer experience. You are not a person to Netflix, but a consumer. A f***ing consumer. Consumers do not watch films to engage with creative storytelling, beautiful imagery, and thoughtful ideas. Consumers watch films for a bit of background noise to fill the void in their busy lives. The theater is always a much better experience than watching something on your couch at home, but Netflix do not want you to think that way. Streaming services are just another form of social media scrolling. They sold you a drug, convinced you it was better than the communal experience, and now they just want you to keep feeding into it and injecting on your couch at home. So what can we do to fight back? Well, make your voices heard with your wallet. If you have a Netflix subscription, cancel it now. If you have the means to go to your local movie theater, then do it. We need to signal to the film industry that people do not want to watch movies on their couch at home, but in a communal environment as it was intended. If you live in the US, file an antitrust complaint with the FTC. We need to stop this merger by any means necessary, and drawing attention to the buyout will force them to take action. Even if it still goes ahead like the Skydance and Paramount merger, drawing attention to the issue will cause others to take action as well. Who knows, maybe we can start the ball rolling and get, millions of people to cancel their Netflix subscriptions and actually go to the f***ing movies. Things seem dire now, but I don't want to end the video on a bad note. Regardless of how the next few years pan out, film will survive. Movie theaters will survive, the communal experience will survive, and we will all get to experience the magic of cinema the way it's intended no matter what. Here's a great reminder I saw on Twitter. Movies survived the studio system and then its dissolution. Movies survived the Hays Code and HUAC. Movies survived television, home video, the internet. Movies survived a century of social and technological upheaval. Movies survived COVID. Movies will survive Netflix. I still have hope, and you should too.